Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of the Soul Seeker podcast. Today, I am going to talk all about the spiritual awakening. What is a spiritual awakening? How do we know that we're on one? And what it means. And I think before I had this whole perception of a spiritual awakening was being away with the fairies and levitating like a Buddha and all of this. But that's not really what it is. So I want to normalize it and start to explain to you from my own experience what it is and signs that you may be going through one. So it starts with the meaning of life. And I love a quote that says, the meaning of life is finding out who you truly are and being who you truly are. But it might take you all your life to figure out who you truly are. And that's what the spiritual awakening is. It's about shedding old layers, shedding old identities, and reconnecting with your truth and the true essence of who you truly are. So, we all come here with a mission. We all have a soul purpose. We are here for a reason. And we come to Earth and we forget what that is. And our journey is then to find out who we truly are, what we came here to do, and embody it. And throughout that journey, we'll learn lessons, we'll overcome things that make us stronger so we can actually fulfill our mission more. So we come here, we're born into all of this programming, all of this fear, these worries, these beliefs, and we're programmed in a certain way. You must go to school, go to college, achieve this, achieve that. And what happens, us really genuine, loving souls, sensitive souls, is we do everything we can to help other people and please other people. And we get to a point in our life where we're like, I'm burnt out. And it's like we are bashing against a closed door. And we feel like nothing is going our way. And you're questioning everything. You're questioning life. You're like, why is this happening to me? Why do I feel so empty? Why do I feel so unfulfilled? And you probably always had an inner desire to help people, to just do good, but maybe you're unsure of what that looks like. And this deep desire as well for knowing there's more, knowing that life is actually gets to be easy and you can have a life of happiness and joy and abundance and freedom and all of these things that your soul is desiring. You know it's there, you know it's destined for you, but you just don't know how to get out of the programming that society has and everyone else seems to be okay with. And you get to a point as well where you feel guilty about saying that you're unhappy because you're like, why is everyone else okay with this? And why is it affecting me so much? And for me, this was when I was in normal jobs and I was just so unhappy with them. And everyone else seemed to be okay, but I felt really, really guilty of saying that I didn't like the normal job or I didn't want to work in a 9 to 5 and being told what to do all the time, that it just wasn't cutting it for me. And I felt guilty about that. And I felt like a kind of spoiled child and I felt really ungrateful because everything else in my life was good. And I was just so unhappy and miserable because I was miserable in the job and I was looking for fulfillment. So if you're nodding your head to this and you're like, yeah, I know there's more. I always want to help people. I feel really lost and I don't know what direction to do. This is more than likely that you're here to do good. You're here to make an impact. You have a big purpose, and the universe is trying to guide you into that. And the spiritual awakening journey is all about connecting you with who you truly are. And when you realize who you truly are, you realize what your purpose is and how you're here to embody that. But not only that, you have a whole new perspective on life and you're free and you're happy. So you get to that stage, whatever it is for you, where you have your breakdown. And the old job, the people, all of these things, you can't tolerate them anymore. And everyone's breakdown is different. And I call it a breakdown, but it's really a breakthrough. But at the time, you feel like everything is falling apart and you're like, what is happening to me? And I was always like, why is this happening to me? And mine took years to actually break through because I kept on avoiding it. The universe whispered, and then she screamed to get me on the path. So then you start looking within, and you might notice your body is actually physically showing you. So a lot of people, their breakdown is when they get sick and their body's starting to show them physically, and you might have some sort of illness, and that makes you look within. But or it might be some sort of life event. For me, it was just I hit rock bottom mentally, physically, emotionally, and I had to look within because there was no other option. So you will start then becoming aware. For me, it was angel numbers, it was feathers. I started to see energy, I started Reiki. You will find your thing, and whatever your thing is for you will help you connect deeper into who you truly are. You will realize then that everything everyone told you, all this worry, all this fear, was a load of shit, and that you can manifest any of your desires, and your state of being, your state of consciousness, can be what you choose it to be. So you can choose happiness. It's a rediscovery of that light within you. And that light within you is your soul. That light within you is that piece of God, the creator, that I am presence. That piece of source is within you, and you connect with that. And what that means is that you embody unconditional love. This is unconditional love, and you're raising your frequency, you're raising your energy. And it's a state of being, it's a consciousness where you let go. So the spiritual awakening is letting go of other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, worries. You disconnect from people, places, situations, jobs, everything that was weighing you down. You'll go through processes of past life healing, ancestral healing, and everyone's healing journey looks different to them. And you'll notice yourself lighter, freer. And then the space for your light in your energy field starts to get lighter because all the shit is gone. All of other people's worries, all of other people's fears, all of other people's programmings are gone. So your energy system is more clear, and that gives your light more space to expand. So you automatically have more happiness, more joy, more love when your light is expanded. And for me, this is when my intuition started to get really clear, and I started to realize what I valued in life, what was important to me. Before, I was so blindfolded by society. I just basically, society or other people said, oh, do this, and I did it. I never actually once listened to my body and said, what do I want? What do I desire? What do I value? I was always chasing society, or, oh, Mary down the road got a 1-1 and did business and got a internship in this place and drives an Audi, and, oh, I'll just be like her, sure. Is that not what life is? And you realize, oh no, that's not me. That's not what I desire. That's what everyone else is doing, but I am me. So I started to realize what I valued. And when I did this, it changed everything. So my biggest values is freedom, family, and impact. So the freedom to do what I want when I want, family to spend time and have a life that brings in family and all of that into my life and impact to feel fulfilled in what I do. And that gives me so much joy and so much happiness. And when I started living my life around what brought me freedom, what brought me family, what brought me impact, everything changed. And everything that I was desiring, way better than I could ever even expected, came into my life. But it all started within, and it all started from the healing journey. And then, like, it's a state of being, it's a state of happiness, it's a state of joy. It's realizing that this is all coming from within and that we can choose happiness, we can choose joy, and we really don't leave things bother us and have a different perspective of life. And it's just amazing. Like, I remember nights I used to go to bed and worry and worry and worry and have panic attacks. And now I go to bed and the only thing I'm thinking about is what I'm having for my dinner the next day. And I'm like so excited with it. And some days I'm in the kitchen and I dance with Connor around the kitchen and I'm just like, I'm so happy. And I think society looks at this and says, this one is away with the fairies. No, this one is actually really happy in who I truly am. And I found what I'm here to do. And I am so happy with myself inside. I don't give a shit about what other people think. I am happy and I radiate that light to everyone else. And I help other people do that same. And that essentially is what the spiritual awakening is. It's about disconnecting from societal programmings, old patterns, old programmings, fears, and finding your truth and realizing the truth within you. And there's the whole thing then about the 3D and the 5D and the matrix. So the matrix is basically explaining it in the easiest way as possible is the matrix is basically the trap of, and the 3D has all these feelings of worries, fear, power, control, anxiety. And when you're in that cycle, you're in that loop. And when you have the spiritual awakening, you break free into the 5D. And the 5D is a consciousness of unconditional love, where you're in the state of enlightenment. Enlightenment. You're in this state of happiness, of joy, of freedom. And you're then aligned with your purpose. So on the journey, then you'll start becoming aware of what you're here to do, what your mission is, and remembering your truth and who you are. And that path will unfold for you then as you continue to align with your soul and your soul desires and bring more of the feelings that your soul is desiring into your life. So that is how the spiritual awakening works and how you start to walk the path of soul alignment and soul purpose. And when you go on that healing journey, you, not only do you let go, but you also start to emanate your light and connect with your intuition and connect with your spiritual team, your angels, your intuitive gifts. We all have spiritual gifts. So we all have claircognizance, clairaudience, clairvoyance, all of these clairs. But it all depends on whether we want to activate them or bring them online and create the space for them in our energy system. And when you do that, obviously, the intuition, the guidance from within, from your higher self, your soul, will lead the way for you as well. So that is what a spiritual awakening is. And it is so difficult when you're going through it because you question everything. You question yourself, you question your life. And the hardest thing is the debt of who you thought you were. Like, I did not know who I was until I was about 27. I started figuring it out, and I'm nearly 31 now. And like, for up until I was 27, probably 28, I was convinced I was someone else. I was convinced I was Kira Henneberry, Businesswoman of the Year, put a blazer and give me a trophy. I was succeeding. I was getting all these things that did not make me happy. That means shit to me now because I know what I value and I know who I am. I'm now Kira Crouch. I'm married. I'll always be Kira Henneberry, but I am after realizing who I am. And you are you, and everyone's soul is unique. And your journey is about finding who you are, what you're here to do, and how you shine your light to the world. And when you step into that, when you step into shining your light, everything that your soul was always desiring will come into your reality because that is your destiny. And that was what was always meant for you. And things get easy and things start to flow with ease and flow. And you'll notice your coping skills, you manifest everything way easier. And things happen and they don't seem to affect you because you have a heightened sense of awareness. You have a different perspective. It just changes your life. Now, don't get me wrong. I could go outside and my tires could be slashed and I could be like, F everyone, you know, but things just don't affect you that more. I'm still human at the end of the day. I still have my moments, but I have a totally different perspective of life. I'm happy and I'm free and I'm who I was always meant to be. And so much has changed. Like I said before, like I had IBS, I had panic attacks. I was always really, really swollen. I'd miss periods. None of that happens anymore. Like everything flows with ease. It's like that door was just swung open and everything comes to me with ease now when I align with who I truly am and who I was always meant to be. And when you, if you're there being like, oh, like I feel like nothing's happening, I want to manifest a partner, I want to manifest all these things, they mightn't be coming in because you're not in alignment with who you truly are. And when you align with who you truly are, they will all come in. And the biggest thing to know is that this will all happen for you because it's your destiny. It's what you came here to do. But the question is when it happens, when you're going to listen to the universe, when you're going to listen to the signs, when you're going to actually going to be like, right, I'm going in on the healing journey and I'm going to connect with my soul. I'm going to connect with myself. I'm doing this. So yeah, that is what the spiritual awakening is. And it's hard, it's difficult, but it is worth every part of it. So know that you're not alone. If you are going through this and you are like, Kira, everything you said is what I'm going through, reach out. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. And my 12-week program, the Soul Activator, is all about bringing you on that journey. We have healings, clearings, activations every single week where I support you on releasing all that is no longer yours. Activate your light, activate your soul blueprint, activate your soul purpose so that you can embody your soul line life and that you can step into your soul purpose. So I make the process so easy for you. What took me years can take you 3 months inside of my soul activator program. All the details are on kirascalling.com. You can visit my Instagram page at Kira's Calling on Instagram. Let me know how this podcast was for you. And I would love if you enjoyed it to send it to a friend, hit subscribe and leave a review. And I'm sending you so much love. Know that you are not alone and this spiritual awakening is worth it. I'll chat to you soon.